Would you believe me if I told you that silent movie actresses actually look like this? I'm kind of obsessed with the silent movie era, especially the makeup, just because of how dramatic and kind of crazy and sinister it looked. Big shout out on Swofford on YouTube. He did a really good video on this, so if you want to go and find out more information, go watch his video. So the foundation tone they actually used varied. It just depended on the makeup artist, I guess, but the one thing they did focus on was full coverage. Because the red tones didn't really show well on silent movies cameras, they had to use very, very thick foundations just to get rid of any blemishes, because any blemishes they had would just turn up black. Plus, back in the day, Caucasian actors, their natural skin tone would just kind of fade naturally into the background and they would look a bit grey. Good, now I look like I'm fresh out of Springfield. Next, I'm gonna go in with the contour. And contour is a weird one because you can't just use brown. It wouldn't really show up on camera. So instead, they had to use red. And people definitely did contour back then. It was probably just called something different. It's advised not to use too much blush or anything like that because if it was like red or pink, it would just show up very dark under your eyes if you put it like right there. So they would usually use a lavender, if any, so I'm just going to use like a little bit of lavender. Now this is going to be a weird one because the blue tones in orthochromatic lenses did show up very, very light. They used blue as highlighter. This didn't really look as strange to me up until I started doing this part. Okay, and I'm just going to powder all this down, set it in place because I want this to stay. I'm just going to use very cool browns and black to accentuate the eye color. Those movies back then were obviously silent, and they had to use the makeup to express a lot of their emotions, especially within the eyes, and the eyes for me are always the most captivating part. But there's a common misconception online that they wore green lipstick during the silent movie era, but that's just not true. Where this comes from is actually black and white TV from the 30s and 40s. I believe it was Max Factor came up with this look for black and white TV because black and white TV use a different lens than orthochromatic lenses. It would show completely different on that lens, so different lens. Instead, they could wear a completely normal lipstick color. They were advised not to wear red because it would show up as black, but some actresses just did that anyway. So I added some brown mascara because I feel like it'll help the whites of my eyes pop a little bit, hopefully. We'll see. Okay, and we're all done. I look really good right now. I feel amazing. I feel stunning. I'm just going to change my lighter now because in the video he said blue white lighting works best. So, okay, so I've turned my light blue and now I'm going to apply the settings. Do I look like a silent movie actress? Oh, how does it look? This is how they would have looked back then, a little bit. Maybe